The title of Captain Marvel has been held by many people in just the 616 universe alone, so as you can imagine, the Captain has many different versions, all of which exceedingly powerful and respected for different reasons. I'm Adam Andrews with Top 10 Nerd, and this is the top 10 most powerful Captain Marvel variants. Number 10. Mar-Vell. In the alternate universe of Earth 1610, or the Ultimate Universe, Mar-Vell was instead known as Mar-Vell. Now, just like the original, he was a Kree Empire agent placed on Earth but working with S.H.I.E.L.D. And he had an incredibly cool costume that he could switch in and out of using the power to switch back and forth between Kree and human forms thanks to advanced cybernetics. He shares the same powers with most Captain Marvel versions, including the ability to generate energy blasts and shields, but that awesome Kree battlesuit also lets him generate a total cannon, which is a powerful energy weapon he would use when he helped Earth fight Galactus, which is the way less cool version of Galactus. Unfortunately, he passed away from that fight though. Number 9. Amalgam Universe. Way back in the day, the Fawcett Comics creation of Captain Marvel fell into the ownership of DC after several legal battles in the 1950s, resulting in the character of Shazam. However, after the copyright lapsed, Marvel pounced on it by introducing their own Captain Marvel in 1967, which resulted in Mar-Vell of the Kree. Now, fast forward a little bit, and in a fun little moment during the awesome Amalgam comics that saw the two companies cross over, we got William Mar-Vell, or Billy Mar-Vell, if you prefer. This was basically Billy Batson, Shazam, mixed with Mar-Vell of the Kree, Captain Marvel. This hero is not only cosmically powered, but has powers originating in magic as well. It's truly a powerhouse combo. Unfortunately, we will probably never see it again. Number 8. Rogue. Infinity Countdown Captain Marvel #1 takes Carol Danvers across the multiverse, where she meets a powerful Captain Marvel variant in Anna Marie, or Rogue. In the main Marvel universe, the mutant Rogue has used her abilities to steal those of Carol Danvers before, leaving Carol depowered. These two characters actually have like a bit of an interesting relationship. They kind of practically hate each other for a time, but then they kind of get along later on. It's kind of weird. But in this alternate universe, when Rogue got Carol's powers, it actually altered her DNA, kind of swapping the two of these characters. So now, Rogue permanently has Captain Marvel's powers, plus her actual mutant abilities to gain more powers from others. It's kinda cool, but we barely see much of it. Number 7. Kamala Khan. In the Cosmic Ghost Rider series from 2018, on Earth 18138, Kamala Khan is not only part of a multiversal Guardians of the Galaxy, not only does she wield an adamantium star-spangled shield, she is no longer Miss Marvel. No, this Kamala Khan has become Captain Marvel, and one of the most powerful characters to carry that name. It's honestly just Kamala, but in the future, all grown up with an added shield. Unfortunately, while she has got to be incredibly powerful, just evident by the fact of who she is and the power she wields, plus whatever made her worthy of that shield, she still ends up getting completely disintegrated by Galactus. Doesn't really last all that long. Sorry. Number 6. Binary. Is this kind of cheating? Technically, Binary is Carol Danvers, but this was after Rogue stole her powers and Carol had been fighting with the X-Men for a while. Eventually, while with the X-Men, the Brood captured her and a few others and experimented on them. For Carol, this increased her ability to generate cosmic energies, which was already incredibly powerful, by basically giving her the power of a white hole. Kind of like a black hole, but white. She became extremely confident, and it's arguably one of her most powerful forms. Now, Binary sort of became a separate person when Carol Danvers duplicated herself, so in that regard, Binary is an alternate Captain Marvel, kind of. Really? Not, no, I mean, kind of. Number 4. Noh-Varr. Created by Grant Morrison and J.G. Jones, Noh-Varr is a Kree from an alternate reality of Earth 200080, and I'm just gonna say, he's kinda weird. Why? Well, because this particular Kree had his DNA altered with the genes of a cockroach. And they also gave him nanobiology, which is a side thing. This gives him a whole bunch of special attributes. He has superhuman strength, stamina, agility, and a top speed of 150 miles per hour. He is triple jointed, can reroute pain, has hallucinogenic saliva, technopathy, he has mental control over his body, can wall crawl, has super hearing, and can reach faster than light speeds while flying. Is it insane that this even happens? Yes, but it does. Now while he is more commonly known as Marvel Boy, when he was in our 616 universe, the Skrull Captain Marvel, Knurr, I think is how you pronounce it, inspired Noh-Varr to become Captain Marvel, which he did, but as part of Norman Osborn's Dark Avengers before abandoning the team. Number 3. Age of Ultron. In this alternate universe, Ultron has taken over the world, and the superheroes have had to go underground, with most supervillains living under the orders of Ultron in exchange for living their lives more freely. What may surprise most people is that in this universe, Captain Marvel is none other than the Wasp, Janet Van Dyne. So this comes about when Wolverine, trying to prevent Ultron's creation in the beginning, goes back in time to take out the scientist Hank Pym. That creates this alternate timeline where Janet Van Dyne becomes Captain Marvel. Don't ask me how that works or why, because I don't really know. It doesn't really tell you, it just kind of happens. What I do know is that this is a really cool version of Captain Marvel that has all the cosmic powers of the character, but can shrink down just like the Wasp can. It's a surprisingly powerful combo, but unfortunately Morgana Le Fay still ends up destroying her and the rest of this universe's defenders. Number 5. Genis-Vell. So, in the 616 universe, after Mar-Vell of the Kree passed on due to cancer, his love, Elysius, uses titanium science to turn a sample of some of Mar-Vell's genetic structure into a child, Genis-Vell. To protect him from Captain Marvel's enemies, Elysius had Genis artificially aged to maturity and then took him to an isolated world called Paraxis. He would eventually leave, and learning of his father, he would take on the title of Captain Marvel. Unfortunately, a byproduct of his lineage was cosmic awareness, and the strain of not knowing who to save and who to let perish made him go insane, revive himself, conquer worlds, destroy everyone in reality, restore reality, try and declare himself a god, and overall just kind of a lot. But it eventually led to the creation of Phyla-Vell, who was arguably much better. Number 2. Lord Mar-Vell. In the Cancerverse reality of Earth 10011, Captain Marvel plotted with the many-angled ones to help him survive the cancer that eventually led to his passing in Earth 616. This granted him a whole slew of powers, which allowed him to turn his allies into messed up, corrupt, scary versions of themselves known as the Revengers. And together they captured Thanos, the Avatar of Death, and in a ritual, sacrificed him to destroy Death, which gave the many-angled ones access to this universe. Now he would go on to invade the 616 universe, which is a story you gotta check out, but for now, this Mar-Vell was able to hold off Nova, Silver Surfer, and Quasar all at the same time. He could metabolize solar energy to give him even more power, he was cosmically aware, could cast illusions, teleport, and obviously was immortal. Number 1. Universe X. In this universe, Mar-Vell of the Kree is pretty similar to his 616 counterpart, only after passing on, he found himself in the realm of the dead. It's an insane story, but essentially, Mar-Vell ends up recruiting the other dead heroes of the world in a crusade against death itself, all the while being reborn on Earth and collecting powerful artifacts and even destroying the Kree Supreme Intelligence, which bolstered his army in the realm of the dead. Eventually, he defeats both Thanos and Death herself and creates a paradise for the dead in the negative zone. But that creates a whole bunch of problems as he realizes the living can't die now, so he restores Death. It's truly insane. Marvel had the powers of eternity, meaning he basically had limitless power, but also for a time he had access to the ultimate nullifier, anti-metal, the Book of the Vishanti, the Darkhold, the Orb and Eye of Agamotto, Psycho Man's Emotocaster, High Evolutionary's transmogrification device, the Silver Surfer's Power Cosmic, Kyle Richmond's Eyes, the Cosmic Consciousness, the Cloak of Cloak, and the Mandarin's Power Rings. That was a lot. And that's all she wrote. I've been Adam Andrews with Top 10 Nerd, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out, nerds.